Hello, we're back with more dwarven adventures from Dragon Age Inquisition. We're back at Hope. Did some minor upgrades of armor and equipment, mostly for Cassandra, so that our upfront character can finally, take a little beating. Her armor is now 215, where before, I think, yeah, like 73, 70s. Now it's 215, so now she can take a beating and not die right away, which would be nice. Gotta wake her up a few times.
Ugh.
Worried?
Is it that obvious?
I'm afraid so.
Did I do the right thing? What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool, and they may be right.
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
You don't think I'm the Herald of Andraste?
I think you were sent to help us. I hope you were. But the Maker's help takes many forms. Sometimes it's difficult to discern who it truly benefits, or how.
What's going to happen now?
Now, we deal with the Chantry's panic over you before they do even more harm. Then we close the breach. We are the only ones who can. After that, we find out who is responsible for this chaos, and we end them. And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have done, I pay them. I only pray the price is not too high.
Goes right through the dummy.
You didn't have any choice.
Didn't I? My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
Can't say I'm not grateful to hear that.
I can be harsh, I know. You've said you believe you're chosen. Does that mean you believe in the Maker?
You're asking a dwarf?
You're a surface dwarf. I've known some, like Varric, who... I suppose it doesn't matter now. I have to believe we were put on this path for a reason, even if you do not. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us.
Well, hopefully it leads us to a good result. Alright, well, we're done with Cassandra for the moment. Let's see who else we can talk to. Oh, wait, explanation.
Good luck sealing those rifts.
Anything fun? Love how it just keeps turning that insignia on, telling me, oh yes, stuff this. We have stuff for you. Psych! Not a thing.
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
Yeah, I'm just glad to do it.
I'm just glad I'm still standing after all that.
I still can't believe you survived Cassandra. You're lucky you were out cold for most of her frothing rage. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
I'm still not sure I believe that any of this is really happening.
If this is all just the Maker winding us up, I hope there's a damn good punchline coming. You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky... that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
Oh yeah, miracle would be good.
Blessed are the righteous, the lights and
hey.
shadow. In
Luke.
their blood the Maker's will is written.
4 building materials.
Are we going to have new verses in the Chant of Light now?
Or crafting material, however you want to look.
The chosen of Andraste, the blessed heroes sent to save us all.
Am I riding in on a shining steed?
I would have suggested a griffon, but sadly they're extinct. Joke as you will, posturing is necessary. I've journeyed deep into the Fade in ancient ruins and battlefields to see the dreams of lost civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
What do you mean ruins and battlefields?
Any building strong enough to withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirits. They press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds. When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other living being has ever seen.
You fall asleep in the middle of ancient ruins. Isn't that dangerous?
I do set wards. And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they are usually content to live and let live.
I've never heard of anyone going so far into the Fade. That's extraordinary.
Thank you. It's not a common field of study for obvious reasons. Not so flashy as throwing fire or lightning. The thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream? I would not trade it for anything. I will stay there. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate surrounded by Chantry forces in the middle of a mage rebellion. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
Cassandra trusts you. She won't let anyone put you into a circle against your will.
Thank you. I appreciate the thought. But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach.
Alright, nothing too exciting there. If he travels into the Fade. Oh, Lord. What is... Talk about me.
Your kind killed the most holy. Lies. Your kind let her die. Shut your mouth, mage!
Enough!
Knight Captain.
That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition.
And what does that mean, exactly?
Back already, Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its herald will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you.
Well, there's a battle of wills. I think I have... Yeah, completed do that. Prisoners carried. Cage.
I think the card is
Good.
good. Wait and see. If he sticks around and the Chantry comes to respect him,
It's good for business.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just. Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood? To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing? You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
How is this a game?
Do you see the sky? What about the temple ruins? The bones lying in the dust? Even if you didn't support the Divine's peace, you wouldn't call this right. Who could? So many innocent lives. The faithful murdered where the holiest of holies once stood. If the Maker willed this, what is it if not a game or a cruel joke?
Awful things happen every day. Get used to it.
Get used to being a pawn? To be discarded when the Maker's done with you? The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
Maybe you should be angry at the people who murdered her?
If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the Divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
This has nothing to do with me.
You're right. I shouldn't have let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again. Come. To work, then. We will speak later.
Oh yeah, that's a great conversation to have, boss. Why'd they all die? Oh, woe is me.
So it's true. Butler has stand on us. I hope my hunch was wrong.
Alright,
Show me the
he had some hunch that was wrong. Well, we'll find out about it. What are you two yelling about?
Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper authority to guide them back to order.
Who? You? Random clerics who weren't important enough to be at the Conclave?
The Rebel Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
If the proper authority hadn't completely failed, the Conclave wouldn't have been needed.
So you suggest I blame the Chantry and exalt a murderer? What of justice?
That won't help restore order in the here and now.
Order will never be restored so long as this rebellion is allowed to fester.
Why is he here?
Remind me why you're allowing the Chancellor to stay?
Clearly, your Templar knows where to draw the line.
He's toothless. There's no point turning him into a martyr simply because he runs at the mouth. The Chancellor's a good indicator of what to expect in Val Royeaux, however.
How widespread is the violence between mages and Templars?
Impossible to say.
Your organization flouting the Chantry's authority will not help matters.
With the Conclave destroyed, I imagine the war between mages and Templars is renewed with interest.
The mages and Templars are fighting even though we don't know what really happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
Exactly why all this should be left to a new Divine. If you are innocent, the Chantry will establish it as so.
Or we'll be happy to use someone as a scapegoat.
You think nobody cares about the truth? We all grieve Justinia's loss.
But you won't grieve if the Herald of Andraste is conveniently swept under a carpet.
Well, let's hope we find solutions, and not a cathedral full of chancellors.
The stuff of nightmares.
Mock, if you will. I'm certain the Maker is less amused.
Oh, what a bum. It's definitely on the my annoying. Read the fade. Oh yeah, we heard of. You can pause and read.
With passionate breath does the darkness creep. It is the whisper
Got for
in
me.
the
What
night,
you got for me?
the lie
Uh-oh.
upon your sleep.
All right. Another book. Baker. Again, you can just pause and read. It's pretty long. More of the lore information. Oh, yeah, you.
Greetings, Herald of Andraste. How fares your quest to seal the breach?
Him to find out.
Well, you know how these things go. At least, I hope someone does.
You love to bring a little light into the darkness. And I'm glad to see it. Too many see laughter as antithetical to the chant of light. They imagine Andraste as a grim warrior all her life, forgetting that she loved and was loved in return. I hope she found time for laughter during her trials, as I hope you do.
I appreciate your insight, Mother Giselle.
Take it for whatever it is worth. You walk a difficult path, and there is little enough I can do to aid you. In any case, I pray this Inquisition proves less brutal than its predecessor.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
Alright, go in here.
The Inquisition cannot remain, Ambassador, if you can't prove it was founded on Justinia's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked his life to slow the magic of the breach. Master Kadash, this is the Marquis d'Aurelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House d'Aurelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
This is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife, Lady Machin of Denerim, has claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend its use to Divine Justinia. She was a woman of supreme merit. I will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
Oh, we have bigger. No, we'll go with him.
Demons are pouring from the sky, and you're worried about land claims.
Haven is the d'Aurelion's rightful property.
Has Empress Selene officially acknowledged your possession of Haven? I was unaware Her Imperial Majesty had conferred with Ferelden's monarchs on this matter.
The Empress has not yet had the opportunity to do so.
We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
We had to ask his permission.
Do the Durelians actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite their Ferelden relations, the Durelions are our legion. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
His Grace was all bluster then.
Even should he leave, the Marquis will share his thoughts on us upon his return to Val Royeaux. Every guest we receive, and we will receive them, will spread the Inquisition's story. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
May I ask what brought you to work for the Inquisition?
Sister Leliana approached me. We've been acquainted for quite some time. For better or worse, being the Inquisition's diplomat has become as interesting as she promised.
What sort of dealings have you had with nobility?
For some years, I was the royally appointed court ambassador from Antiva to Orlais. The nobility of Thedas is a rather singular sphere. Those I'm not acquainted with, I know through reputation.
I'm glad for your help. I have a feeling the Inquisition's going to need it.
I do believe you are correct. Thedas' politics have become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
Getting kicked out of my own place? Who are you?
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. I hope the Inquisition can restore order soon. I never really wanted to leave the Circle. My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker, Pentagast, and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it.
Alright, so we leave stuff for her to find.
Thank you.
And they examine it. Whatever. Just get the result. Time goes on, I guess.
Come to me, child.
Alright. Anything else left we should do over here? Oh, let's go into the War Room. Alright, we have access to new missions. Alright, they'll help us get stuff done. Structure. History of knowledge. Points. Increased inventory. Potion. That's important.
We are garnering interest from the capital.
You're not pleased?
I am not convinced we are prepared for
Need
the
Death's
full
Hand. That's
scrutiny
gonna
of
be
Val Royeaux.
significantly increased discovery range. Optimal cutting, extra herb. Go with Eagle Eye. Right, that's our perk. Look at these. Balance. Red heart. What's that? Moon. Following me, certain nothing interferes with our arrival. Visuals were requested. Well, actually, no. Soldiers doing it. Be better. Present for. Fine. Well, I don't have any choice. So we'll go with that one. And what's way out here? Claims of position. Mission. Do it. Claims of the Inquisition change. The armored mount has arrived. It is every bit as magnificent as promised. Oh, got a new horse. Black Emporium. Yes. Black Emporium has been unlocked. No, not now. Don't need to go there. Hard in Hightown 3, Fair Revenge, Tavern of High Ever, Rest of Noble Concerns, Cartel get the cut. Right. Yeah, no, there's no subtlety without. Yeah, you can do that.
To work?
Bog Unicorn. Wow, I got a lot of missions I could do. These guys going out there. Search party for the mission. And my people. These scouts will move quickly. Yeah, let's do that. Wow, I'm going through this map. Missing soldiers have been found in the bog called the Follow Mirror. They are being held hostage by her who's managed to meet the Herald of Andraste. Inquisition wants to see people alive again. Great! We're gonna go see that. Oh, wonderful. So much. No, I really want her to. Having a pie. Yeah, it's in an honor guard. Right. That'll work. Address noble concerns. We know who.
Let us begin.
On the mission, everybody's doing a mission now. Holy moly, that took forever. Let's go check out rescue soldiers missing in Ferelden. Venture forth. Everybody I got.
Thank you for coming. Maybe you can solve this mess. Our missing patrols are being held hostage by Avar, barbarians from the mountains.
What are they doing in a bog?
That's the thing. Their leader, he wants them to fight you, because you're the Herald of Andraste.
Why would anyone want to fight me?
What do they have against Andraste?
Well, the Avar think there are gods in nature, as in the sky has a god and the forest. The Avar say you're claiming to be sent by one, and they'll challenge the will of your god with their own. I think their leader's just a boastful little prick who wants to brag he killed you.
Should I autograph something for him before he tries to behead me?
They think readings for the weak. You know, scholars, lowlanders, or legion peasants. Getting to our troops won't be easy. You'll have to fight your way through undead. Wait, you're not squeamish about undead, are you?
They're only corpses possessed by spirits.
Right. Nothing to fear. The Avar are holed up in the castle on the other side of the fallow mire. Make her willing, the Inquisition's people are still alive.
I've news, sir.
Dwarves deal with the dead all the time. I love this stuff.
What is it?
This could help us.
Alright. Acquire the falcon. Alright. Let's start. There's something here.
We should look around.
In the building? I won't be in tonight. Rupert said it had a... Try that again. Won't be in tonight. Rupert said he had a surprise for me. He teased me by saying, "Lady, please." Please. I don't know. Which he always does when he's trying to impress me by pretending he's not impressing. Don't tell Mom where I am. I made... Where's my reading? Don't tell Mom where I am. I made fresh porridge in the red pot for both of you. I'll take care of her tomorrow, I promise. Oh, Cotton Faith. Alright, you can read this. Pause it. Hey! A bottle of liquor! Woo! Bottle of thief. Soup! Ornate silver necklace. We just take everything everybody's got out. What we do. Anything along here? Oh, hey, what do we got here? Blue rock. Oh man, we need 10 of the blue and 20 of the summer. Oh man. That is a lot of summer stone. Yeah. Got 4. What we got? We got stone. Or summer stone. Picked up the summer stone. What happened? It was just late to the party. I can't hit anything out in the water. I have to be barrack for that. If I remember right, stepping out into the water is how you summon bad things to happen. And another one bites it up. Now apparently, my crew can step out into the water, but I cannot. Yeah, anyone in my party seems to be able to step out. No matter who it is, it doesn't cause any problem. If I step out on the water, we will watch the skeletons rot. Diary of Peter Marsh. The gardens are too sick to save. Everyone said. Grandfather and my brother barricaded themselves in their own house so they wouldn't have to make anyone else sick. Yelled at me for watching instead of helping. Said it was for our own good. No more lights in the garden. Oh, okay. Turn it to make it. Alright, you can read Raven. Just again pausing. Move out. Oh, something grew here. Look at that. Elf fruit grew. More elf fruit grew. Well, there's enemies abound. And apparently they are above our pay grade. But they went down pretty easy. I don't understand why they have that red skull.
This can't be all of them. There must be more further in.